Hi, it's Daryl. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I wanted to connect with you to let you know what we have happening in the sky right now. There's a lot happening, has been for quite a while, and how to describe it is what the challenge is. As you can see, I'm sharing my screen here, and this is the South Indian chart for Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is also called Jyotish, so you may have heard it a few different ways, but you can see right here, this pile up. Some people might go, oh my God, what is that about? Or why is there so much? Or is that normal? It's not common. It does happen. What I find interesting about it is how to try to explain it. And that's my challenge. So I thought I'd come out here and try and challenge myself a little bit and give it a go and see how to explain it. First of all, the difference between Vedic astrology and Western is that we use the sidereal zodiac here. So people that are very familiar with Western might say it's not in Capricorn. In the sidereal zodiac, we're following all these planets, these 5 planets are in Capricorn. Also, Mercury is retrograde in the sky, so it looks like it's backing up. And I feel like that gets such a bad rap. Mercury retrograde gives the appearance of it backing up in the sky, and it's coming closest to the Earth. And what that means is, as the planet rules certain areas of our lives, we have opportunity to review and reassess and take a deeper look at that. It teaches us, those that are ruled by Mercury or wherever Mercury is in your chart, it teaches us how to become more flexible and adaptable. Also, will require us to be more discerning and discriminating when we're using our communication or reevaluating things that have gone on in the past. Oftentimes what happens during a cycle of retrograde, we'll have old projects or old issues crop up, so that we'll get a chance to take a look at them again. I don't know. I have a couple of projects I haven't quite finalized yet, and they usually reappear during these times. Or also, like behavior patterns to look at. If you're ruled by Mercury, that means you're either a Gemini or a Virgo, and that is your ascendant Lagna Lord. And that would indicate that would be in your 5th house or your 8th house. That takes a little bit more detail and more to explain, but this pile up, these connections, what does this feel like? Well, Sun rules here's this, we can see right here, the Sun rules is the karka for power, for our connection, our confidence, what is the word I'm thinking of? Our father, even. It's our push, it's how we feel inside. It's our connection to our soul. So when it's transiting Capricorn, and when all the planets are transiting in Capricorn is where we often feel, depending on your chart, but this is what it's like. It's very serious, and it's a little bit more, what is the word I'm thinking of? Controlling and structured and limiting and feeling like thick. Right? It's an earth placement. It feels earth-like. And so depending on the planet that's going through there, it'll feel a certain way. So the Sun is obviously a fiery planet, and it's going through, and it will be moving, I think, in a few more days. Jupiter, as I mentioned in previous videos, that it does not do well here. And Jupiter's our hope, our expression, our expansion, our wisdom, our teachings, so when it's here, we may review or have this opportunity to try and grow in these areas. It's actually a good time for us to review and grow when I think of Mercury as intelligence, and it brings us into this deeper intelligence. And Jupiter also could be children as well. It's the karka for children. So this planet that rules these certain areas we might want to have our children anchor down, or we may want to try and control our children in a certain way. Then add to that Saturn. Now, Saturn rules this area, so this is why it might be a good idea to go inward. Saturn gives us this energy of endurance, long-term, can pull through. If it's depending on the dignity, right? Now, if it's in poor dignity, it might feel fearful and antsy and angst and worried. And in really good dignity, man, I think about those great sadhus, these individuals that commit their lives to deep honoring at all times. So you can go inward in this placement. And Venus It's our beauty, right? How we seek beauty and how we seek joy and happiness and fulfillment, and whether it's through our physical, tangible senses, or if we're just looking for love in all wrong places. It's just a big ball of energy right there. And let's not forget, we've got Mars is in its own house rulership, so the tendency for snappy arguing is always present. It's probably better to go with the rule of thumb of pause. Doesn't need to be said. Doesn't need to be said by me, and doesn't need to be said by me right now. And oftentimes, maybe that will keep you a little bit out of trouble. Also, this Rahu K2 axis is still causing us to look for these deeper answers. This Rahu is still in Taurus, and this is again an earth sign, so this is very anchored into wanting to feel connected to family. And all this is about like seeking, support structured, but it also can feel unsettled, right? Depending. It sounds like a lawyer would say that, it depends. It just depends. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a very high level update, just to let you know what's going on. Mercury retrograde does not mean the sky is falling, does not mean that you're going to lose everything and that you can't manage. It's a really good opportunity to take another look at things that you might have put on the back burner as we've been going through this last year. And I hope that answers some questions. If you have more questions, I ran the ticker just a few moments ago. I should run it again. You can please email me at daryl@soulsanculpa.com. Samkalpa means intention, and the soul's intention is shown in our birth charts. We can cast a chart for a particular time or place. It's very specific to you, and it's like your fingerprint. I also wanted to mention I will be launching a class originally set for this week. Now we're pushing it to February 17th. And this is going to be about the sun, the moon, and the ascendant in our charts and how that works and how they interplay and what that means. So if you're interested, please check out my website. Please like and follow and share and show all the love. I appreciate you so much. Have a really good week. This will shift in a few days, but it will be around for a while. So I hope that helps. Anyways, take care of yourselves and be kind to one another.